I'm just gonna do my announcements quickly. Is the audio okay? I'm checking myself. I'm just gonna do my announcements. He is quite quiet, isn't he? Alright, I'll fix that in a second. Alright, let me I have a second. Let me mess around with my mic settings because it's been a bit quiet recently, right? Wow. I mean, it looks normal in OBS, but maybe it needs a... Hey, Donut. I've been putting an upward compressor on here, and I'm turning off the upward compressor here, and I'm turning it back on here, and I'm turning it off here. What's better, the upward compressor off like it is here, or the compressor being on like it is here? Because my mic was quite quiet yesterday. I checked through the Spire VOD at some points. Hello. Hello indeed. Oh. Thanks, Potatoes. My Twitch chat isn't showing. What the heck?
Val he will wave.
Will wave, hello. Yeah, do you prefer this noise compressor on, or without it on, like I've just turned it off here, and now I've just turned it on? Which sounds better? Let me try and get my... Oh wait, my Twitch chat apparently is... Where is it? Oh, that's chat. That's YouTube chat. Why... Without sounds better. Am I not too quiet though? Because I'm looking in OBS and I'm barely hitting the... Maybe my limiter's on too early. Maybe I put the limiter on a bit earlier. No. I'm looking at it. It looks too quiet. Alright, hello Saber. OBS has been crashing every time I close it for the last couple months, and yesterday I tried to set it up using to add my Twitch dashboard to it as well, and it deleted that and all my settings. So I guess because it crashes, it doesn't save. That's annoying. Alright. You think without? Am I not way too quiet without? I can poke the mixer a little bit, but I'm a little worried it might start screeching. We've had some issues with that recently. I can also just raise my mic in Windows a little bit, if that's any better. It still doesn't seem to... Oh, there you go. It's hitting the red a little bit. That's a little better. How does this sound, chat? Let me know, and then we can get started. We've had some bad audio quality lately. Also, if I'm like talking off to the side now, it's not too quiet. You can't tell the difference. That's fine. You're on Twitch, so you might also have the compressor on. I'm also way too warm all of a sudden. I've made myself a nice cozy Clippers tea. But I think it's filling my face with steam, which is warm. I've been really cold all day. Without and mic a bit higher sounds better. Okay, I think this is without. Let me double check. But and then we don't have to touch it again for a while. Yeah, it's off now. Okay, I mean I guess the upward compressor just bass boosts you. Not boosts everything. It gain boosts you. Alright. Well, welcome back everyone. How are you? I hope you're feeling any better today. I've had a day. As this whole last like 2 or 3 weeks have been. Wow, sad music is playing. This was not intentional. But yeah, you know, one of those days, innit? But let's make up for it. I had some ideas about 30 seconds before I considered streaming programming today. You'll take the blame if someone says the VOD was quiet. I'm looking at the OBS mixer and it's at least like 5-10 decibels louder. Can I add a blue tint to your webcam? For you, Snowfee? For you? I might even do that. Color correction. Color multiply. There you go. Ba 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 hee hee. I'm sorry. This is my 500th to last stream. No, it's probably not true. It's probably 5 millionth, isn't it? You're stuck with me, chat. I'm sorry. Hmm. Color filters are fun, aren't they? Right, this is really going to confuse people when they're watching the VOD. They're like, I came in here to see your C++ programming skills. Why are you doing this? Why is there weird violin music playing? Excuse me, actually, that's TA Music's Dimensional Fisher, violin/piano, Toho project, Eastern Illusionary Song Dimension. Thank you. Anyway, yeah. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but let me bring up my paint. The most powerful artistic tool. Add window capture paint. This is not paint. Capture method automatic isn't working, huh? Alright, here's paint. I'm gonna force it into SDR. That doesn't look very good, but that's closer to how it is. Jupyter Notebook user. Alright. This is Microsoft Paint. I'm sure you've all seen this tool. Hang on, let me just make this match the screen. Apologies if I accidentally doxed myself because it's a Windows program. So if you see my full name and address, please just ignore it. Here we go. Paint does look crazy. I've updated to Windows 11 for the better HDR support. And it does kind of insane. Where's my normal pencil? Here we go. I remember them saying they were going to get rid of paint at some point as well. That would have been silly. Give me like a darker grey by default. Dude, they've even changed the color picker. Oh, there's layers! Holy shit! Wow. Sorry, I'm a big MS Paint user. That's incredible. I might actually just never use another tool in my life except for Acebrite, the best tool. Anywho, what's this? Is this pencil? Holy shit! It's like they've looked at like an art program. Wow. I wish middle click moved the screen around instead of Drew. Maybe I can fix that. No, of course not. Well, whatever. What's this? Where did you come from? What? How's this gone in here? You can't see my webcam. I just tried to move myself physically. I haven't got a green screen. This thing. Interesting. Whoa. Alright. Good dance music. Hello, Snowflake. You think it's weird you're here? Please don't think it's weird you're here. This is a social gathering. You fool. Don't worry. The text I'm writing is not going to be the exciting part. Anyway, it's 8 minutes in. So I was having some ideas. So this, you can be my what's the word when you like you test an idea on like a group, like a focus group? You can be my focus group, alright, chat? So you know how I was having like so alright, okay. First of all, we were making like a normal bullet hell game where you like shoot up and like you move around, right? Like that. And then there's like an enemy that like they like spawn in, they like fly in, and then they go pew pew pew. You know. Sometimes they do this or this or. I'm not going to keep drawing because it's YouTube, but you know you get the idea. You know, there'll be an enemy in the middle inevitably, and there'll be like a million dots coming off them in this kind of pattern. Which I still like and think is epic. But I also really like Nuclear Throne, which is a game where there's like a level, you know, and then you're sort of running around the level like a boom 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 boom, pew pew pew, pew pew pew. Now, I was wondering if I wanted to completely redesign the concept of the game, but I don't think I do. But I had a nice idea. A nice idea, okay? What if the game was split into these, like, 2 sections of stages that you do, like, a pair, and then you do the next pair? You redesign it as an MMO. That's a great idea. The idea being that the game runs like this. Sorry, I should... Please... No. I want to set that as my color on the right. Thank you. And now I want to do transparent selection. Thank you for never changing that phrasing. That's not how that works. What the fuck? Selection? What happened to MS Paint? Rectangle? Select this. What on earth happened to MS Paint? I just want to copy this thing. Why is it putting a white blob here? Can I install old paint? Does anyone know how? What the fuck? Maybe disable transparent selection? Okay, that's clearly bugged right now. Okay, they've managed to make paint worse somehow, it was already like a really functional program. You just have to make sure you disable like all the brushes. Anyway, that's the idea, right? And then here is probably like a fucking final boss or something. I don't know. Final. Please type. Final. What crypto does your game mine? Woolhee coins. It's currently mining it through the use of streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. There's nothing stopping you from watching on both platforms. Except for your internet. Anyway, yeah. I had an idea where you'd have like these explory levels. Procedural or otherwise, I'm not entirely sure. I did, after all, do my my dissertation in procedural generation. But I was like, yeah, maybe you have like these sort of, let's say procedural for now, these generated maze levels, or whatever, and you're just sort of running around, and you're doing an objective, right? So let's say, in my head, this was like a 30-second idea I had, but it sounds really good. You know those levels in Left 4 Dead where you're like getting like 3 fuel canisters to like fill up a car, right? What if like these levels, there's always like you spawn in or you come into the level, and then you see like the next objective is like, you know, like a car or something, and you need to explore around this sort of procedural maze for a bit, like fighting enemies, getting weapon upgrades or whatever, and collecting like some McGubbins to put in the vehicle, and then that takes you on to the next stage. Functionally the same as the black hole in Nuclear Throne, except slightly different. I don't know. I don't know what that is, Cactus. Is that an indie game? But I like that idea. So you've got like a sort of typical twin stick shooter. Yeah. No, I haven't heard of it. Is it new? Anyway. So it's sort of normal twin stick shooter, classic enemies running around, a little bit of procedural fun, whatever. Yeah, like the end of the chapter in Left 4 Dead. I'm sure we could come up with something fun to do with it. It doesn't have to be tedious, because the last thing you want is for something to be a chore. So Nuclear Throne makes it not a chore by making you kill enemies to spawn the next level, but then there is a bit of a chore in finding that last enemy. So I feel like we could find some balance. The game's 2D. So yeah, you'd have like a stage 1, where, as an example, let's say you're refueling a car to go on some fucking derelict motorway to get on with your life. And then the second part of stage 1 would be the Touhou style stage, where you're driving up the road really quickly, and you'd see cute like Dither on her cute little motorbike. I can't draw a motorbike from behind very well, so I'm just going to draw one from the side. This is how motorbikes look. There you go, that's a motorbike. But imagine it's facing that way. And in this level, you know, it would be more like a Touhou game where the enemies come in and shoot you and stuff. There's a few games that do that sort of loop, right? Where it sort of differs between top-down shmup and vertical shmup. I think it's not. I'm pretty sure. There was one on the NES that did something like this, right? It was like a scrolling screen, or scrolled down, and you had like a tank level and an aeroplane level or something. Have you played any other shmups other than Touhou? I mean, I played a lot of Nuclear Throne, if you consider that a shmup. I don't know if you did. It's more of a twin-stick shooter. Obviously, like all the other twin-stick style games, Isaac and Gungeon and stuff. But if you mean Touhou in terms of classic shoot-'em-up, it's the one I've put the most hours into. In the arcades, I've played a fair amount of... it's not Gradius, is it? What's the one... is it Gradius? Hang on. It's always next to the Pac-Man machine. Gradius. Yeah, I played a fair amount of Gradius in physical arcades. I quite like it. But yeah, so it's half Touhou Nuclear Throne. You want replayability by making the stage generated? Well, it's a thought. My original plan with Woho... Sorry, I need to make a song without music, otherwise I can't think. Soft rock, okay. Originally I was thinking Woho would be like a speedrun style game, where the idea was that you had a set number of stages with a preset level layout, And you go through them, and as you defeat enemies, the faster you kill them, the faster the next wave spawns, and then if you're quick enough, you can beat the level really quickly, and kill the boss really quickly if you're focusing on DPS instead of dodging, and that sort of thing. But I'm really bad at those games. I'm awful at shmups. I've beaten Touhou on hard a few times. I might have like Imperishable Night 1cc'd on hard, and that's it. I've never beaten a Lunatic stage. But my heart and soul as a real gamer would want to make a game with a Lunatic stage. Do your homework on modern shmups. Yeah, I should. This is just a silly hobby project. We've been making this since COVID. It's mostly a tool for me to continue my competence development with C++. But that's a good point. There's probably new ideas and new things to take on hand. Bog Hog. Oh, thank you. I'll have a look into more. You think it makes it unique but doubles the work? Well, yeah, that's one fact. So, but that was an idea where you had like a general stage, and then a second stage, and then you went to the next level, and then the next level, and then maybe the bosses after 2 or 3. And the idea being that the boss fight... Is this about to play? Oh no, it's just Soft Rock. The boss fight would be like a dodging-focused, almost like a defensive stage. And the exploration stage would be like a highly offensive speed stage, where you're trying to like get through as fast as possible. There'd be some mechanic to incentivize you to kill enemies, like Nuclear Throne had rads to let you get mutations. There'll be something like that. And then the upgrades would help you in both levels. It would just be something... You'd have the boring ones, you know, like your bullets catch fire and ricochet and explode, and enemies get magnetized towards your anvil or some bullshit. But I thought that was a fun idea, because I really like this style of game, and I think it's important if you're making a game to do something you want to do. Also, I like procedural generation, and I just kind of wanted to see if I could hash something out in like 0 time. If you remember, I did my degree was a while ago now. Pre-COVID, I graduated. When did I write my dissertation? In like 2017 or 2018, I did my dissertation in procedural generation. So I spent like half a year researching and writing like a paper, and then making procedural golf and stuff. So I have experience with that. 2018, something like that. The first stage makes it more speedrunnable. I just thought it was a nice idea, but then that flips a bit on the head, where I wanted the idea to have like a leaderboard like Touhou, where you have people racing for 1cc's and seeing the best score they can get in a limited amount of time, or whatever. If there's a randomized element, then that kind of fucks with that. But then again, I can do what Nuclear Throne did and just have like a daily system with a scoreboard and a set seed, and you can see how you did over the week or weekly. I don't know how predatory I want to do, because I used to play the Nuclear Throne daily every fucking day. I had like 350 hours in that. I kind of liked them. But maybe you could have like, I think that was how they handled the idea of having a general leaderboard. You'd have like a weekly that you try your best, you do a couple of times, and then that's your score for a while. And then you had your best run, but often that was quite RNG gated. But the other thing was like, I just wanted to make a fun game. You know, competitiveness is one thing, but yeah, hand-authored. Yeah, they could also be hand-authored. Like I could sit there and design like a maze level. If you think of like the dungeons in Zelda games, or in the handheld Zelda games, where they have rooms that have been laid out, puzzles and whatnot, but then that's a completely separate game. That's a whole lot of work. Having 2 sides of stage sounds scary because you'd be afraid of your community being like, oh, it's good, but I hate the Touhou stages. That's true. That's another concern. The other thing is these could be 2 separate games, which they are. But it was just a thought I had, because I had like an image in my head of having like the movement between the 2 levels being like, on one of the stage you get like a motorbike, and your character has to do like an Akira slide in the little. I don't know. I just thought that seemed fun. I like fun things. It's like going to the next level. You know, I feel like that would be kind of silly. It's like the Werehog stage. Yeah, that's what I want to not happen. So the alternative is I just pick one or the other, and originally we were just doing this. And what we could have done is we could just continue that, and then just make the the bullet hell. But I don't know, I really like the idea of adding upgrades and shit, and then having like a top-down shmup. But maybe it's annoying. Like, just constantly going between game modes might be like a pain in the ass, right? Which is just, it's just a thought. It sounds more exciting. I mean, the other game is just Nuclear Throne, which is good, but I didn't want to make Nuclear Clone, I was making Woho. I was also thinking it's a bit easier to have characterization. Like, I'm not exactly the particularly good writer, but if you have these Toho-style levels, it's much easier to like throw a cutscene in or like a bit of text and say like blah 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 blah. And I thought that could maybe explain how your character goes between like biomes so quickly, because each level was going to be like a vastly different style. Now Nuclear Throne does that by having you go through a teleporter or through like a portal that takes you through time and space. You go in a sewer, you go to a desert, you go to a frost level. In this, I think it was more like you were going to be climbing out of the fucking gutters and making your way through like some ruined city and eventually ending up in some sort of like spooky government lab or something. And I thought, you know, there's a quite like how's your character getting around? Am I just gonna make them just say that they can fly? Because Toho's got a bit of suspension of belief, right? You're like, why are these women flying everywhere? No one knows. It's just sort of accepted that Reimu flies at the speed of the fucking sun. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting to have some sort of reason. I mean, the other thing is, like, this bit could just be in a cutscene. You could just have a cutscene of your character at the end of the level getting on a motorbike and driving off up a road, and then you land in the next level. But, I mean, I could do that. I don't know. So yeah, you're my rubber ducks today, chat. In terms of, I don't know if you're still here, Cactus. What kind of modern shmups would you recommend looking into? Because when I think of non-Toho shoot-em-ups, I always think of either the horizontal scrollers or the vertical scrollers, and they're almost always like either military or space-themed, where you're scrolling up and then like something will spawn in, spitting bullets in a circle, coming down here, and something will come in and shoot big orbs at you. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Which are fun. It's like a nice classic kind of arcade game. Or obviously you're flying to the side and you have to dodge like bits of the level. Like the platforms will come to this side, and your character has to go up to go over them. Like the helicopter game on Flash, if you remember that. Yeah, what do you think? Could make the first part focused on movement challenges to get certain upgrades. I think top-down games really struggle to make movement a genuine... Other than like dodging, I think they really struggle to make movement challenges a genuine expression of skill. Other than just making them tedious. Like I can think of like Crypto the Necrodancer does that sort of I think movement expression, but that's because the game has so much restriction in movement. If you have free movement, I think it's hard to do that. I think you really need a 3D environment to get the most out of it. Hey Piachka. Oh, I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? Yeah, I can show you where we were currently at. Make the first part an FPS. Will do, sir. This is if you haven't seen it in a while, I'll make it big. This is Woho. This is where we were at, so you can just see like a starting point. We have like a little game engine already sort of written. We have menus and settings and fucking debug overlays and leaderboards and saving and typing your name in. There's ass down here. So, you know, we got some stuff set up. We have like a little character select screen. You can pick your character and the enemy, although obviously it's clearly just spawning a banana monkey here. We have like a whole system already set up to spawn entities along like a timeline. So you can say at X number of ticks, spawn a monkey here, or so and so. We haven't created anything for enemy movement yet, and I think it's because I haven't really worked out how I want the game to be yet. Yeah, here you go. You can see the cutscene. You've got like you can space through it. Can you add low graphics settings so you can run it? I think this thing will run at about 9,000 FPS on a toaster, so no worries there. But yeah, so that we've already got something here. Seems cute and solid. Yeah, we've got something here. And on last stream we worked on this particle system. So you see when we kill a monkey, explodes into a bunch of particles. This is what we did last stream. All the sprites are relatively placeholder for now. Like a lot of them we made for Woho 1 in COVID. Hey Small. You missed a whole conversation. But I can give you the lowdown because I care about you. You're also working on a bullet hell. Let's go! If you have input, then give us a yell. Small. Right? Are you there? I'll give you the summary of what we were just talking about here, because it's quite obvious from the diagram what we were talking about, right? Like you probably don't need me to say anything. You're looking into my soul. Excellent. I don't like that. Okay. No. All right. So it's just me. English. I was considering splitting Woho from being just a Toho game with like 5 stages where you fly up vertically and enemies come down and typical bullet hell stuff. I was considering having every stage split into 2 parts, where the second part can be a boss fight that's in the Toho sort of engine, if you will. Vertical shooting, boss, patterns, dodging, usual thing, some funny gimmick. But then the first stage could be a Nuclear Throne style level, with either well, let's just say for now procedural level, because that would be the fastest thing to implement early. You have a procedural top-down level that you can run around in, typical twin-stick shooter sort of thing, and you have an objective to fill up, let's say, like a motorbike with 3 cans of petrol or whatever, like that Left 4 Dead level in the mall. Wee Royal, yeah. So you'd have like this sort of randomly generated maze-like structure. It'd be very obvious where to go through it, but you have to fight your way through enemies that spawn in, and you grab your thing, and then you come back to your vehicle, and you grab your thing, and you come back to your vehicle, you grab your thing, come back to your vehicle, and then that's it, end of level, you fucking book it to the Toho stage. And now you're on like a cool motorbike, which would be cool. You have to have like a cool motorbike helmet like this. I don't know what motorbikes look like, but this is what a regular bicycle looks like, kinda. Something like that. Do bikes look like this? I don't know. I ride one every day. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Do you get what I mean? Don't forget to call the part where your cans on the floor randomly catch fire and you have to do it all over again. Yeah, so I'd have to think of something that's not tedious. So it's possible that instead of filling up your bike with petrol you have to carry back, you have to fucking kill a dude, and that powers up your your special battery pack, and then when you go to refill your e-bike, you've got the fucking soul power from those enemies you killed or something. Like, there can be like 3 mini bosses or something. I don't know if you guys have played RuneScape: The Corrupted Gauntlet. It's a bit of mid-game PvE where you go around a randomly generated structure. And you collect upgrades to get like your gear better, to get your weapons better, and there's 3 demi-bosses. There's like a scary bear, and a dark beast, and a dragon, and you kill them to get upgrades to get the final tier for your weapon. And then after all this collection, you go and fight a really difficult boss in the center room that you spawn next to. And I think that's a fun loop, honestly. People say certain things about Corrupted Gauntlet like it's a prison, and that's because they choose to lock themselves there for a year to try and get a rare drop. But the first like 40 hours are pretty sick. And I mean, if I could make a game that lasts 5 hours of fun, of replayability, that'd be cool. Did you get off the bike once you get to the next level? Well, I was thinking of doing that classic video game TV trope where inevitably your character's driving up the motorway and then they do like a big jump and then they land and their bike crashes and explodes and you roll off, and then you're in the new area, the suburbs, and there's asphalt everywhere. We love asphalt, right? You see what I mean, right? Like, and then the new area, in that area, you come across you say you'd run out of gas. Yeah, but then you'd be like, oh, why don't you just fucking charge it again, you idiot. I like the idea of then having a different vehicle next time. So you have your motorbike in the first one. Second one, I don't know, maybe get a fucking speedboat. It could be the same sort of mechanic where you're refilling it with fucking destruction. and then you drive a speedboat in the next level. It's an on-water section. You can get faster with each canister, but take more damage. Oh yeah, there's all sorts we could do. We could even look at Vermintide, where you literally carry a explosive barrel. There has to be a fight on the bike. Well, yeah, obviously you're gonna want the bike pretty early on because that's your hook. That's how you get people to like the game. It sounds like a lot of sprites to draw. Joke's on you. I like art and I've been enjoying it. We're on day I think 70 today. Chris and I have been drawing every single day for 70 days. Not that you can tell, but we've been practicing, not with a mouse, but with a physical paper, and we've got a nice little art book to draw in, a sketchbook. I've been practicing. I like the 2B pencil. It's my favorite. I would fucking love to have a game mostly written, and then to have 500 streams in a row where I do nothing but pixel art. Because I've also been watching Chris do her pixel art, and it's looking really good. I want to do it too. I really like doing art. I can spend forever doing it. You see why Woho had so many fucking placeholder art that I'm probably never going to use. When am I going to use Kiwicopter's dad? I don't I'm never going to use this shit probably. Obviously, when you beat the game enough, you'd unlock these as beta sprites. Let's just get that clear. But I like doing silly things. It's fun. They may not be very good, but I enjoy this sort of thing. Bonus features. Yeah. I would argue that these are some of the best pieces of art you'll ever see. Obviously, the finest piece of art, am I right? Incredible. I really understand the human shapes. Don't talk about art. I've been wanting to build and paint 40k figures. I mean, why not? Here you go. Here's some orcs. I've also been painting orcs. I mean, it's been a week. I was doing these on the weekend. This might look the same as the last time I showed him, but I promise you, these have all had another 2 days worth of paint put on them. I'll get there, but my free time's limited because I keep doing this sort of thing, or playing RuneScape with Tomu. I've been actually trying to play Leagues to be a good friend. But yeah, in Portugal they're a pain to get. I could imagine. Do you specifically want to do 40k? Because I mean, there's a plethora of board games out there. Are there not shops that do the Dungeons and Dragons figures? But yeah, that's my pitch to you guys. That's my pitch. Yo, it's playing Demetri music. This is my playlist. Let's go. But yeah, oh, there's a big buzzing in my ear. Oh, it's part of my ears. That's not good. Okay. What kind of work do you do these days? I'm a software engineer. As you can tell from the soft jumper my sisters bought me 6 years ago. Yesterday I said, as you can tell from my glasses, and they said they didn't understand that, so I'm thinking of something new. There needs to be a new stereotype. I've also got this nice cup of Snoozy Night tea, because we ran out of Earl Grey. Enough of this tomfoolery, give us the Kiwicopter lore. Turbo Burner, do you want me to make Nuclear Woho? Oh, also in other news, chat, you're so small today. No, just kidding. I think the mini Oh, I love this song. I think the mini HDMI cable I need to use Chris's camera should arrive tomorrow. And if it does, I will do a stream. I've been really excited. I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't realize I needed a different cable sooner. But I really like the song. I got these cool lights for my anime figure collection because again, software engineer. I've always wanted a cool streamer background, but you can't see it because my webcam doesn't have dynamic range, let alone standard dynamic range. So I'm excited to get a proper camera because that shit can definitely capture a mildly light LED. It's not that bright. Look at these lights I'm lighting my face with. They're also quite bright. He's only going to deliver half the cable. He's going to jump it on the floor, isn't he? Very few. You've been interested in getting Adeptus Mechanicus? I've been meaning to paint these. I got these ages ago. These Skitari. I've been waiting to get better at art before I paint them though, because they seem like the sort of thing where they're quite difficult. There's a lot of doodads, but I can't wait to paint these when I'm better. Yeah, I should show off my Warhammer at some point. Take like a picture of all of them. They're just over there, but can't be asked. Honestly, I need to do something. Bono, you didn't respond, so Woho's dead. We're gonna make Project NoHo. Oh shit, hardcore J-Core. Oh yeah. All right. Also, I feel happy now that I have 2 capture cards because I can just put the camera in this, and I can still use my internal for something else. Although the cable's huge. Hang on a minute. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, this is programming music. More people getting sick at work. Yes, everyone's fucking ill right now. I think COVID's gone around the office because everyone's talked about having a bad palate and being like big headache. Headache around here. So thanks for that. Classic, oh it's okay, it's just a cough. I love it, and now everyone's fucking ill. Anyway. Calm down. What do you guys think? It's fairly late, it's around 11:15, but I was just thinking of trying to see what I could bash out as a proof of concept in a little bit of time. How do you feel? I reckon I could get something going pretty quick. How good it would be, I don't know. My game has no concept of a camera right now, so that would be a separate issue. But just in terms of a very shit proof of concept. Well, what do you think? Do you think it's interesting, or do you think it's all a huge waste of time and I should just stick to one thing? Coding speedrun. You were off for a week and a half while you were ill because you're a good cog in the machine. That is good though. You should take the time off. Yeah. I've got so many complaints, chat, but I can't tell you about them because they're related to work and it's unprofessional to talk about work behind work's back. But I do have to work more than I thought I had to. I was hoping I'd get some days off that I'm not getting. Which is a shame. Oh well. Hello, Hughat. What do you do in your free time? What did you do in your free time in uni to learn coding? Your computer science lectures suck, and you've been grinding Highlander and Overwatch at home. Oh, much love back to you. What did I do to learn coding? Well, I don't think I did Woho while I was in uni, right? That was after graduation. I don't know. I really don't remember very well. It was longer ago than it should have been. What did I do? To give you the quick story, I started programming when I was like, I don't know, like 8 or like 9 or something. Like I was in school because we had such a bad internet connection I couldn't play any online games. And I learned about Game Maker somewhere. I don't remember where. And I learned programming through using Game Maker. And then I did that for a while. Eventually got to do it at college and then uni and then job. But I don't know if I did much programming at university. I think I was also mostly just grinding Highlander and playing a bit of OSU. Drinking a lot. I remember I was drinking quite a lot. It was definitely after uni. Your computer lectures suck. What do you want to learn? Because I would always recommend having a personal project. What you're looking at on screen right now is a personal project. I'm doing this outside of my typical career. And it happens to help in my career. You might find it silly, but it's pretty good to have a project that's ongoing. And I don't get to use C++ that much at work, but the fact that I still have any baseline knowledge of it is actually quite handy. Regardless of what Donut might think of my C++ skills, they're better than not having any at all, and they've helped me quite a lot. Anytime I see a standard span or a standard string view, I think about Donut writing it and then me asking why. And then him saying, oh, this is why. It's nice. Also, Donut, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but the other day I was talking about generators. I don't remember why we were talking about them, but I wanted to talk about generators with you. What do you do at work? I do Kotlin and Swift. If I have to look at Java, I close the tab. Yeah? Yeah. How do you feel if your coworker started tuning in? I'd feel a little weird, so I'd I've told them like don't look for my channel, but if you find it, don't tell me. Because they game and stuff. When I had my job interview, I did mention that I've been streaming for fucking 100,000 years, and that was a topic. It was a good bit of fun. It's because I guess I have an interesting hobby. I actually had a lot of job interviews at the time from people that were just like, "Well, yeah, what's it like being a streamer?" It's like, well, I was actually applying for the software job, but yeah, I'm not very popular, but yeah, it's like this and this, and they're like, "Oh, that's really cool," and then they ghost you. So I think a lot of the interviews are just people. people trying to network or something. I don't know, but it's a good talking point to get you into an interview. Is to have a Twitch channel, but I don't want to. I don't know. This is my hobby, chat. You're here in my personal time. It's different to work time. We were talking about some new Swift thing or something, and you think it was related to coroutines and standard generators somehow. New Swift thing. Async await's been around since 2021, but that's probably what I was talking about. And I mean, if apparently structured concurrency is a bit of it's a more niche term, but just saying async await might ring a few more bells, because I think C#'s had it since like 2014. JavaScript has something similar. If you ever think of futures or promises, it's a similar method, except structured concurrency is that, but without all the callback hell. Basically, calling asynchronous code in a synchronous manner. Try, await, get, ID, instead of ID on completion handler. ID equals blah. You know how it goes. I need to stop talking. I'm gonna just see if I can bash something out, and yeah, bit of fun. So to start with, I want to see how much I remember about my old Nuclear Throne level generator I did at uni. I could literally just pull up my generator from my procedural golf, but I don't want to. I just want to hash something out, okay, and see how I feel about it. I'm not even going to use paint. I'm going to go into a sprite, and I'm just going to make 2 sprites very quickly. Do I have Steam open? No. But yeah, I'm essentially just going to see if I can bash out a quick little level generator. It's going to break everything. It's not going to work. And then we'll see where we go from there. As someone who's only coded a bit, this should be enlightening. It will be very enlightening, because I'm also fucking shattered. I've spent all day trying to fix some... Oh, don't look at my Steam. This is secret. Oh, you can look at my Steam. It's alright. There's no secrets in here. I'm kind of weirded out that it is showing my Steam profile. VS Code. Hide that shit. Hang on. File, new. Let's go with 16 by 16 for now. Yeah. Alright. Secret spy stream. But yeah, I can show you all my hours in all the games, chat. Alright. So you don't need to watch what I'm doing here. I'm just going to make a black 16 by 16 square and export that to... not my desktop. Well, I'll put it on my desktop for now because I actually don't know where to put it. Black 16x16. 4, sure. And then I will now make the sprite kind of whitish. And export that as a white 16 by 16. No, there's a Nekopara. I have played through the Nekopara games. That's no secret. You can look at my hours on Steam, can't you? They're just there, aren't they? You can just look at them. Sort by date modified. Alright. Here's black 16 by 16 and white 16 by 16. How many points do I need to add you on Steam? You can just send an invite and I'll probably not look at it for a while. I don't know the last time I looked at Steam invites. I'm sorry if any of you have asked. I haven't checked. If you send the invite, I can just accept it. I don't. Are we not already friends? Like I don't know. Who's this? Hope you're having a good day. Thanks. You too. I haven't used Steam as a social media in a very long time. You never got into the Woolham Friend Club? Hang on, let me check my friend invites. Oh, I got 7 in. Fuck. Chat, are any of you Bear, Vienna? That's definitely a bot. Thunderhawk, Sinister, Sir Think-A-Lot, or Iridescent? Are any of these people you? Did I just get a new friend request? Is one of you Q-Hat? Must be, right? Just let me know. You can be my friends if you like. Okay. I need to think. I'm sorry. We should do this, right? You're going in the credits. Yeah, of course. Thanks to my chat. Okay, let me think for a moment then. I want to have a little file somewhere just to bash something out with. This is going to be scratchy and poor, so kindly forgive me. Okay. C++. How do you want me to do this? Just make a new C+.cpp file, please. How the fuck? I normally just press new. I guess you can just press this button. New file. Okay. We're gonna pop this under system for now. We're gonna make a level generator system. .c++. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna copy that. Oh, good song. Oh no, this is Shibian. It's probably gonna mute the VOD. Hang on. I like that song, but Shibian tends to mute your VOD, so I'm just gonna skip it just so you can actually listen to this again in the future. Level generator system.header. Fine. And let's bring up another system on the side as an example so we can make this even faster. Level generator system.header. .c++. Oh, hang on, these are both the headers. How's that happened? Nuclear Throne? No, not nuclear. I was going to say Cave Story. Sounds a little Cave Story. All right. So this is going to be level generator. Level generator. I don't even know if it needs to be a system, but it allows me to inherit a lot of the game, so that makes it a little easier. Level generator system. Oh, automatic imports. What happened? Wow. VS Code. Holy shit. You can type 2 lines at a time. Yeah, if you hold down middle mouse, you can do multi-line, and then you can edit. I don't like VS Code's multi-line that much. I like the JetBrains one a lot more, and I fucking hate the Xcode one. If you do a multi-line copy and then paste, it will like, instead of shuffling the line down and pasting, it will paste your text inside the other lines. You have those disabled because they tend to mess things up. Multi-line is incredibly valuable, but if you've used a different keyboard shortcut, I'm sure that's good to know as well, and I'd like to learn. Can I give you all my Twitch points to get 10% of WoHo? You can. Here it is. 10%'s on screen here. All right. We have a level generator system. CMake lists. And forgive me for using my mouse so much. I'm not as confident in this program, even though I have used it quite a lot. Generator system. Great. Save. The auto includes. It's incredible. It never used to do that. All right. Not on tick. I'm just going to write a little function for now called void generate level. I don't exactly know what signature it's going to have yet. I don't know how the level's going to look. That's what we're going to hash out now as just like a bit of fun. Do you bring your new fancy keyboard to work? No. No, I don't. No. All right, and we want this. All right. What's wrong? Does not match a public void. All right, immediately. I think it's just not built yet. Unfortunate. My dude, I'm biking. I've got a Wooting 80HE. It's got a gamer mode as well. If I press this, yeah, it's for gaming. So it means I can play games with a really high actuation point like this, but also I can put it on typing mode and I can like type like a human being. So I've always used silver switches. I'm not used to being able to type properly. I'm sure it would fit in a backpack. You'd be surprised at how little space is in my backpack. I have a little sack on the side of my back, on my bike. I have to like hold it open, turn my rucksack upside down and squish it in. It takes like 1 minute to put my rucksack in there. And that's with the current amount in it. It's a great keyboard. Functions are peculiar. Alright, so I'm going to do the most basic form of Nuclear Throne clone generation possible. I'm going to start with some sudo and then we can generate some real C++ because again it's fucking 11 o'clock and I've had like 9-hour work day or whatever. My brain's a little melted. Plus I'm talking, which makes it hard to think, so forgive me for writing bad code. It's going to go somewhere, okay? What I want to end up with is a... again, this is not particularly efficient, but I want to have a nice 2D array of either walls or floors, okay? Basic shit. Or do I? Because when the Nuclear Throne generator, I remember, maybe Paint's a little easier to explain this. Paint. I remember the way that they made their levels. Instead of creating like a maze or whatever, they would create an object and they'd spawn it in the center of the level. So let's say this is the full coordinate system. They would create this. And you know how Roombas work? Right? Roombas, the little hoovers, the little Addis, they go like, right? It would, the Nuclear Throne thing has this sort of system where a Roomba goes around and it has a algorithm to define how it wants to make floors. And every now and then, as it's generating a floor, let's say this is the floor for now. These are the walkable surfaces. Whatever. Every now and then, it will place down a room, which is just explodes a chunk out. And over time, you end up with, hopefully this doesn't make a willy, but the idea is over time you end up with some kind of structure which is fully walkable. Okay? You can walk over all of this guaranteed because that Roomba has walked all of it for you or exploded sections of wall. Once this happens, the Nuclear Throne algorithm, there must be a name for this, but I'm just going to keep calling it that, does like a CRT monitor, all right? Starts in the top left, and it has another object, or like a pointer, scans across the screen, and every time it comes across a floor, it checks to see if there's a pocket of air nearby, and if there is, chucks a wall there. Chucks a wall there, 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 nothing, blah, 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 blah. The Roomba CRT algorithm, and eventually, you end up with a level with walls. And then if you want, you could do a second pass to just replace everything else with walls. But this is the super basic idea. I think in Nuclear Throne, when you blow up a wall, it actually digs like the Roomba does and then generates walls. Like that's literally how that works. That's why the graphics look the way they do. Well, when you dig in the wall, literally like it acts as if the Roomba has made new floors and adds walls around you. That's literally how it works. And it's pretty trivial. And I remember this because they once did a talk about how the Kings of the Wasteland, which was the Nuclear Throne prequel, was made for a game jam. So they generated this in like a day. Half a day, a couple hours. Never played Nuclear Throne. You've missed out. It's a good game. I'm sure it's on sale all the time, but I think Flambear disbanded, the company that made it. But yeah, I'm going to try and do this. So we're going to be silly. We're going to have a bit of fun about it, alright? I'm going to have a Roomba. And the Roomba is going to be a Vec 3. Vec 2, whatever. Vec 2 Roomba. And I want to place it in the center of the level. I think I had something for that. Screen center X, screen center Y. So here we have a coordinate for the center of the screen, I think. You'd rather hand make the levels in a tiled editor. You think you have some... Donut, leave me alone. I'm having fun. But also, I think one of my colleagues recommended something like that. The tiled editor? That might have been it. It's like a nice GUI where you can export like CSV. Good night, Saber. I'm just having a bit of fun. Child's pretty popular. It looks cool. I might look into that. Like, if this proves improper, then maybe. But then the game goes from being, like, exploring it your first time round to then being kind of like, oh, I can ignore those parts of the level and speedrun here, go. Whatever. I'm gonna have a Roomba. While true, the Roomba is gonna move forwards. Okay? This is how I like to write algorithms. You just do it one step at a time. Tick, 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 tick. Tiny little steps. Ideally, I'd be writing tests, but don't tell anyone. Roomba equals step. Roomba. I might need to give it a new name because step is definitely going to be overloaded. Step forwards. Roomba. Okay. Imagine writing tests. I write nothing but tests. My entire year of work has been doing tests. That's why I'm writing like this. It's not true. I actually really quite enjoy tests. You gotta go as well. Oh, Snowfy. I'll see you soon. Have a good night. I should have started earlier. I'm sorry that I've started so late. So while true, step forwards. So I'm gonna have a void. No, I'm gonna have a vec2 called step forwards that you pass in a vec2. Oh, sorry. How do you write this in C++ again? Input vec. I've completely forgotten how you write C++. I think it's just vec2 input, right? You do this, and then you return, let's just say for now you return the input. Something easy. Okay? Okay, and then we pop that. What is it? Alt-O? Yeah. So I'm going to have that in here. Let's copy it properly. Maybe I'll put the header on the right. That'll make life a little easier. Here's the header. Here's the C++. Pop it over here. The music's gone very quiet. Hang on. I'll raise that a little bit. Vec2, step forwards, input. And again, we will refine this as we move forward, so forgive me. I think it needs to build first as well for it to discover all of these things. What is it? F7? Oh yeah, I have F keys on this keyboard. Isn't that incredible? What's wrong? Vec2 Roomba equals this. Is unidentified step. Oh, did I misspell it? Forwards. Oh fuck. Nothing can stop my idiocy. If you don't want to worry about the header, you can define the function at the top of the file and it'll work. No, I'll do it like this for now. I need practice anyway. Step forward's not found. You're right here, you're right here, you're right here. Let's just hit build. As long as it doesn't need to access members. You define the function at the top. You mean like if I just write this step forwards and I just put it here, or what? What are you talking about? I'm going to do it like this for now because I do actually want to make this usable. Yeah, or the entire function. I mean, I could also just write everything in the header, right, if I wanted to. I'm sorry, could you please build? Thank you. That's also an option, yeah. But I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Oh. One unresolved externals. I don't still have the game open. What's the unresolved external? Generate level. Have I forget to link something? I haven't used this file anywhere, so I'm kind of surprised. It's missing level generator system. Oh, of course. Rust. Rust compiler. But borrowing, but Rust compiler, but borrowing. Oh, what do we do? Oh, completely relearn how to program. That's apparently what we need to do. Rust. I wish I knew how to use Rust better. Probably should be practicing it a lot more. Rust. All right, Roomba, step forwards, input. What I'm going to do is set up a very basic little thing so I can get an output in here. Or am I not? I think I can do this in my head for now. We're going to have the Roomba step forwards, okay? The Roomba is not just going to have a coordinate. We need to have something that holds on to... I'm going to arbitrarily say that it uses tank controls. So the Roomba either moves up, right, down, or left, okay? Something needs to hold on to that. I'm only going to have one Roomba for now. Let's just hold on to it in a variable, in a member variable. Let's keep things easy. We can always refactor later. And I'm just going to keep it even easier. I'm just going to say int direction equals 0. Yeah, you know what? I'll be nice. I'll make an enum for you. I'll make a little enum, okay? Where's the best place to put that? I don't remember the standard. Here, maybe? Enum direction equals... What's the syntax for this again? I'm gonna say... Up, down, up, right, down, left. Who cares? Doesn't matter. This is a semi-speed run. And we're going to make this a direction equals up. Easiest game of my life. Okay. So we're going to say switch direction. Algorithm. I never get to write algorithms. I really enjoy them. Even if they're just silly. Interesting choice to make it all caps. Who cares? Who cares? Use of undeclared, so if I build, will you be able to find direction? I'm hoping. I'm hoping you will pre-fill my switch statement. There we go. Break, 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 break. That's what I'm going to do to your legs, Donut the Viking chap. Allow me to have a little bit of fun in my evening. Although I do appreciate the thoughts and the feelings. Based on direction, again, there will be a better way to do this, but leave it for now. We're going to have a... What is Vec made out of? Is it floats? Yes. Float distance equals 1. Yes. 1f. 1.f? What's the syntax here? 1.f. Okay. Build again. Easy game. What's wrong? Step forwards can be made const. Sure. Stop this. This doesn't need to be shown as an error clang tidy for now. We're just being a little silly. 1 whole f. Wow. So, direction. If we're going up, then we're going to return input plus, vec2. What would be up? X, Y, so it would be input.x, input.y, minus 1. Is y up or down in your coordinate system? I really don't remember. Up. So this would be correct. So down will be y plus 1, and x will be minus 1. Oh, no, maybe not even 1. Sorry, we should be using the distance. So input. Oh, come on now. Distance, 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 distance. Down would be minus 1. Oh, it's the opposite of what I thought. Wait, what? So up. Wait, sorry. Up is plus 1 in your thing. Okay, so up is going to be up that way. Down is down. Fine. Pretty basic stuff, right? Nothing fancy. Obviously, it's just going to be going up every time we run this. Like in maths. Yeah, like in a coordinate. If we're treating the game being in this... Well, actually, the camera's mirrored. Yeah, no, that's actually correct in the mirrored camera. We're treating this space as coordinate space in maths. Okay. I really got screwed up by GameMaker, didn't I? My brain's all down and to the right. Thanks for that. Why did GameMaker choose to make it down to the right? I get that it's an semi-arbitrary decision, but it's confusing. Isn't it usually the other way around in game dev? Maybe Donut's the one that's wrong. No, can't be true. I doubt it. I wonder. Actually, I don't know. He's my single source, which is not usually a good idea. Okay, step forwards, input, case, whatever. So, while true, the Roomba's going to step forward. So for now, in an infinite loop, the thing's going to move onwards. Don't want that. We're going to have a max steps, okay? Int max steps equals 255. Who cares? We're going to build that, and we're going to say well, we make this into a for loop, I guess. Fort. For int I equals 0, I is less than max steps, I++, don't get on me about off by 1 errors. less than equal to. So it'll start at 0, it will run once, and we want it to run up to 250. Yeah, that sounds about right. Games always did Y down in the old days because of CRT monitors, how text is printed and so on. Oh yeah, because like the scan lines. This is literally done later than this. Okay. Okay. So, we now have a max step system. We need something to change direction, okay? So, do I want it to change direction every step? Let's say sure. So we're going to say direction equals choose new direction. Is it necessary to do this input, this injection, if we're just using a member variable? I'm going to say yes for now, because perhaps I'm feeling like I might move towards that in the future. Maybe I won't have these as member variables. Maybe I'll pass them in. In fact, bam, we're going to do that already. Look at that. So already, step forwards needs to have a input and a direction. Oh yeah, I did give this in all caps now. Direction, fix that. Direction. So step forwards needs an input and a direction. Choose new direction is going to be a new function that just passes in a direction for now. And I'm just going to do it like this. So we're going to take a direction and we're going to return a direction. Honestly, input is easy enough for this sort of thing to understand, so I'll leave it like this for now. So we don't want these things to be const, first of all. They're not. They're already vars by default in C++. That's even easier. Direction equals choose new direction plus distance. Oh, we also need to pass in distance as well. Let's do that. Direction, and distance is, what did I say? Float distance. Direction equals step forwards. Sorry, direction and distance. Choose new direction, and we need to have a body for this somewhere, so we'll pop this over here. An implementation, I should say. And this needs to be level generator system. And I can make these things no discard. Don't worry, Donut. I will remember. Do I just do that in here, like this? Look at that. Yes, I should be adding more consts in as well. Don't worry. In fact, maybe I'll even get to doing that. Do I need to mention no discard in here? I don't think I do in the C++. Shouldn't think so. So step forwards. We're not going to change the input. Let's just start with that. Why not vec2 off? He's already allow me to just play around. Otherwise, I might as well have just done this offline. Kindly. I know there's going to be better ways to do this, and worse ways to do this. Just allow me to spend 15 minutes having a bit of fun before I go to sleep. Please. Please. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's okay. This music's gonna make me lose my soul. Oh, you don't actually match what I want you to do. Let's make them non-constant now, just to save myself a little time, because again, I want to see what we can get done before the end of the day. Direction equals choose new direction. Roomba equals step forwards. Roomba direction distance. Step forwards. Input direction distance. You should never happen, so I want you to throw... I don't remember how exceptions work in this language. Hoping I could help you save time. Possibly, but I'm also just having fun. Whatever. Empowered direction. Why not vec2 offset instead of direction and int distance? This is just how I'm thinking about the Roomba. Is the answer, by the way. It's just how I'm thinking about it. Oh, these are both called step forwards. This should be called choose new direction. So we're going to take a direction as an input, and for now we're just going to return input. If I hit build, oh, you need a semicolon, of course. What's wrong? Sorry. C++ does not support default int. Sorry. Choose new direction returns a direction. Oh, I forgot to put the direction at the start. No worries. And you're still angry, huh? Missing a semicolon before choose new direction. Is that true? This should be the syntax for this, actually, right? What's the real error? Level generator... Oh. God, those are awful, awful compiler errors. Truly. Alright. You helped me with the errors. Thanks, Donut. Alright. This is my mental health break. I just want to drink chamomile tea and write a Roomba. Okay. So, choose new direction. Tank controls, right? Forgive me. For these, this will look silly to you. Okay? I'm just gonna make it go right or left. I want to have a randomness element now to choose that. For now, we're just gonna say input plus 1. Actually, I don't know how you pipe this. Something easy. If input is left, return up, return input plus. Can I just input +1 with an enum? Because enums are just ints, right? How do I get the int value out of this? What's the syntax? You know what? My night's short. Let's just do this. Even easier. You're already breaking, so we can fix that. Alright. I don't like that very much, for sure. How do I treat enums as ints? Because I just want to do +1. That's all. Static cast int and status cast direction. Yo, thank you. If static cast. Can I make an extension or something to make that easier? Or faster? If it is equal to... Well, we can still just say if input equals left, return up, return... God, this is going to look stupid. I guess I choose that myself. Return static cast int direction +1, and then static cast direction. Is there really no better way to do this? And we need to call it this. I should have just made the direction an int at this point. Oh well. And then input. So we're going to be casting the input as an int. Let's say 0, adding 1, and then casting it back to a direction and returning that. If it's left, go back to up. That should be easy. So we just have something spinning like this. So we're going to have something that starts here, moves up, and then moves right, and then moves down, and then moves left. So it should go... There's various other syntaxes for the left downsides. I mean, it's good to learn all these differences. This is the sort of thing that'd be like really trivial for me to write in like a modern language, but C++. I should learn more, so I am. That's why I write this silly kind of code, because there's definitely a way to just loop cast. What's the word I'm thinking of? It doesn't matter. We're moving on. We're just having something that spins in a circle, but we don't actually want it to spin in a circle. We want to have a level of randomness to make it go left or right and wiggle around as it moves. Where did I have randomness before? You don't need the qualifier when it's already in scope. Oh, as in from here. So I can just pass it in like this? That's really useful. Thank you. That's handy. Where was I using randoms before? I think it was the particle system. What were we doing here? We had a... Did we not have it in here? No, we didn't. Where did we put the particle system? Maybe in the culling system. Yes. Alright, culling system over here. Culling system over here. I'm just going to make a random number between... I don't know. Doesn't matter. That literally doesn't matter. 50-50 for now. 20%. So yeah, 1 out of 100. We're gonna have something that generates a number between 1 and 100 for now. That keeps it easy. So level generator system. Let's put the header over here. Man, 1440p is really nice, isn't it? Return 4, perfectly randomly selected number. That's true. Just gonna grab all of this for now. We can read through it in a moment. So we want a random number generator, and I want a single random int called random percentage. Just gonna be a number from 0 to 100 or something. Uniform real distribution. What's the correct? Can you auto import? Oh, you can. And I suppose in the constructor, I'm going to need to create that. This doesn't have a constructor yet. That's okay. Level generator system. Level generator system. We're going to want to pass in. Let's just copy this. Life's easier if we just do this. Level generator system. Level generator system. And you are going to need all of this. You're going to want a random number generator and just something like this. What did I call it? Random percentage? Real is for float and double. Int, you'd want uniform int. Oh, real is in numerical real. Fair enough. Yes, 4 programming, if you can believe it. Random percentage. Like, the amount of thought I'm putting into this is less than you could possibly imagine. And if I just hit build, you should get the import for this stuff. Oh, do I need to declare a different constructor in here? Header. Oh, whoa, this music's going too hard for me. I need something relaxing. Good God. EDM. My playlist has a lot of EDM in it, huh? Lucky Star OP? No, not today. Give me Seraphit. No, that has oh, Heart Gold and Soul Silver music. This will be easy. Come on. My brain can think now. Finally. Bom, 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 bom. What's wrong? Entity registry. Include random. Am I missing something else? Just get out of here, you lot. What am I missing here? These are the 2 C++ files, namespace Woho, level culling system. You take these things. Do you have to include any of this stuff? I have the include random in the header and the C++ file. That can't be right. That seems unnecessary. I imagine. And how is your constructor looking? Culling system entity. I just need to pop it in here as well. That's easy. It just didn't have a constructor. Once you've added a custom constructor, you should remove using system to prevent calling the wrong constructor and make the system. That's a great idea. That's a good idea. That's a bit of old Something the Crimal Thief would fix, I think. We have a handheld Hoover now, by the way, chat. You can press a button and it goes... Unless it's required? I don't think it's required. It's just a bit of dirty laundry. Not that I killed someone, but more that I left behind an unnecessary secondary constructor. Primary, I don't know. Alright, so this stuff can just disappear for a moment. You can hide up there. You can come over here. So, I actually need to quickly look at how I'm using this number generator. Random speed multiplier. I think we just call it, right? So, const auto chance equals random percentage m random number gen. Look, I've left the m in just for you, for my Donut Viking chap. So we have a chance here, somewhere between 1 and 100. I'm gonna say, if chance is less than 20, then move right, else return input. Why are you angry? I put a semicolon there. When you cast the direction back and forth, beware of it overflowing because it doesn't wrap around automatically. Yeah, that's... Well, it's not... I'm not really doing a check, but I happen to know that left is the rightmost one, so I do that in here. If you want, I can even chuck an else statement in as well, if you like that. Why are you angry? Do not else after oh, it doesn't want you to. Okay, well, sure. It really doesn't want you to. Okay, sure. Because in another language, I would just say, like, if it's equal to all cases dot length or something, or I would get the final value in the enum and check. Or a lot of languages just let you cast an integer to an enum, or even not an integer, any value you like that's associated with it, and it just returns like null or throws an error if it doesn't cast. You could do the classic count trick. Oh, can you remind me? That would be useful. I should. It's all about tips and tricks, isn't it? Just put count at the end. Oh shit, you're right. Like that. Oh, you smart fucker. If input, and now that is equal to 4. That's great. If input plus 1 equals direction dot count, count, then return static cast direction 0. How about that? I can't do that, can I? If I guess I have to static cast it in. God, this looks ugly. If the input cast to an integer plus 1. Oh god, this is awful. Really? There must be a nicer way to do this. I don't like that. There's really no shorthand. Instead of doing static cast, you can't do like raw value or something. You could do const int next to it, plus 1, and check if next is equal to count. Yeah, I could do that. Because this is already code duplication, right? Oh, I like that it highlights that. Let's just say auto next, const auto next equals Oops. If next is count, then return that, else return next. How about that? Did you call it next? Oh, you even did. Gorgeous. I like it. Okay. So we're picking a new direction, just plus 1. And this is only if we want to move to the right. I'm going to say... I'm going to hardcode a value for now and call it chance to move. Hold const auto chance to move equals 20, 30, 25. Okay. Chance to move is 25. Chance. Random number generator. And then I need to have a... that's fine. So this is going to be called actually breakpoint point to move percentage. Forgive me for the Java renaming. It's explicit. Breakpoint to move percentage, nice and easy. Chance equals this, and I would say as well, just for now, modifier equals yeah, random chance again. I'm actually going to say modifier. This is looking a little sketchy, so just forgive me. If modifier, let's do switch. Modifier. Can I do a range find in C++? Like case 0 to 33, and then do this. Modifier chance, move chance, direction, const auto direction modifier equals 0. I guess I can just make a random number between -1 and 1 with standard distribution. That's easy enough, honestly. Let's not overthink this. The code will do it for you. Random tank direction. Random -1 to 1. Let's keep it as easy as fucking possible, right? -1 to 1. Keep it as easy as possible, and then refine it later. So we can have a random -1 to 1, random 1 to 1, cuts out all this bullshit. Direction modifier equals random 1 to 1, and then we chuck in the generator. Easy game, right? So if move chance is less than the breakpoint to move, let's not think about it too much, plus direction modifier. And now we have to think a bit more about how it changes. If it's equal to count, then return cast else. Else? Sure? No, don't auto make stuff for me. If next direction, if next is equal to... Kind of annoying. Let's not cast this to direction yet. Actually, let's have two variables. This would make life a little easier. Direction, next int. Const auto. Next int equals. This is why I do one thing per line, because now we get this sort of thing. Next direction. Easy life, okay? If next direction is the count size of direction, then return the 0th direction. Else, if next int is less than or equal to 0, then return whatever the lastmost direction is. So, direction count. Although that's not going to be the lastmost, that would be... how's that going to work? Case ranges are being added in a future version, but it's not yet. Okay. I just want to check if it's left. Oh, sorry. If it's going to be up or somehow behind up, like over here, then I want it to wrap around and then end up here. I guess if I'm just never going to change this, I should just make life easier for myself. Right? Let's not fuck around. Return direction left. Okay. Return next direction. What are you angry about? Do not use else after return. You are confusing me, but sure. I guess that's technically true. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the else if because it makes it easily refactorable into a switch statement, but sure. What's wrong, little guy? Enumeration count not handled. Oh! Oh! Does it? No. Hang on, I was going to say, is this going to do what I think I want it to do, but it's not going to. It's C++ does not have non-exhaustible or exhaustible switch statements yet, right? I don't know if that's coming or if it's just never gonna. It's probably never gonna come, right? Unless they had a separate switch statement called like switch exhaustible or switch new or something. When maybe they just had a when statement if that's not already a thing, is it? It's not yet. Concurrency. Const auto next. Oh, good lord. No, stop ChatGPT. Stop talking to me. Stop this. Const auto next name your standard clamp. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's true. But chill. It's okay. This code's fine for now. It's very readable. Okay? It's easy to read. We say that if we roll something under a 25 in a roll between 1 and 100, and we might as well move this inside the statement. Why waste time? Then we are going to create a random modifier between -1 and 1, and we're going to generate a direction based off of that. Nice and easy to read. If the next direction is going to be illegal on the right-hand side, then we return, honestly, make life easier. Up. I'm going to move up. If it's less than or equal to 0, I'm going to move left. Otherwise, move to the next direction. Otherwise, just return the current direction. Easy life, huh? There's a good chance it just doesn't move. It just goes forwards. But every now and then, it's going to move forwards again or move left or right. Because it's a third, right? In fact, I might rate this a little bit more likely and say 33. Okay. Now we've got the direction. We have our basic Roomba head. So 255 times, this thing is going to tick around the screen and then randomly move 1 pixel, I guess. And that's fine. I'm going to make a little change here, first of all. I'm going to say that the distance is going to be 16. It's going to be drawing tiles. Replace it with count with max equals left. Replace count with max equals left. I'm sorry? Can you explain that? Replace as in have. Can you have enums with the same value in C++? So you'd have another enum that would be. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Yeah, you can have multiple enums, enumerants with the same value. Oh. So, how would that work? If you don't want to do -1 everywhere, direction. If we go up -1, that just doesn't cast a direction. So how does that solve that? Anyway, I'm gonna stick to this for now. I'm gonna move on. We have our little Roomba. It's moving around 16 things at a time. I want to keep track of where it's storing them. So we're gonna have a somewhere in here. I'm gonna call it Roomba. I'm gonna have a vector, a vector of positions called floor tile coordinates. Okay. Easy life, right? So I'm going to move step forwards, choose new direction, generate level. So we are going to say, after it's chosen a direction and stepped forwards, or maybe even at the start of the step function, we're going to say, because we might as well have 0, 0 always in the same spot, right? For tile coordinates dot in place back. And now I want a copy of where the Roomba is. Now I don't, this is where I have to be careful. So I'm gonna make thoughts here. I don't think there's just a straight ass copy here I need to do, right? The idea is I don't want to put a reference to the Roomba loads of places, which is kind of pointless. I just have a very big vector of one position. I want to have the current value of the Roomba, pop it in the vector, and just leave it there. Since you added direction modifier, I can assume which can be greater than 1. It might not help anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can make it so sometimes it wraps all the way around. I'm just not going to think about that for now. This is algorithm development, or at least how I like to do it. You do tiny steps. You keep it as obvious and visible as possible. Single declaration per line. It means when I come back and look at this in like a week, because I've forgotten about it, I can look at it and realize like this. I don't have to think and say, oh, how does that work? I think it's a bad algorithm. In this case, if it's in development, it's a bad algorithm if I can't understand it. Be as optimal as you like, but if it takes you 3 hours to read through it and work out what it does, it's not going to be very good for indie game development with a limited time span in my free time. But anyway, if I just pop in Roomba, this should just create a copy. Passed by const reference. I don't want a const reference. Do I need to construct a new vec2 and pass that in as a constructor variables? Or is there just simply something like a dereference that I need to do here and say just grab a copy of the value over there? What's the syntax for doing that in C++ here with this vec2? I don't want references. I want an explicit copy. So I would have thought it's just vec2 and then you pass this in as a constructor. This looks reasonable to me. Right? You're calling a constructor, you're creating a new object with those as a parameter. Right? Because I can't just do like a copy. There's no dot copy function here, right? By the way, just so you know, if it actually was out UB underbound underbongus to cast an out of range int to enum, which I don't think it is. Undefined behavior. Okay. If it's undefined behavior. Oh, it just return. Well, yeah, what does it return? It just returns -1. And then when you try to get a direction with that, I would have thought it would just throw. Then creating next direction before the check would make the entire function out of under bounds. That's fair. That's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point. Because this is not going to be real. This is going to throw, I suppose. I would assume it throw, right? Because this would try to cast next int to -1. That's a good point. That's a good point. Let's simplify this then. Well, I'm not saying it's undefined. I thought the behavior would be defined, so it would just throw. You're trying to construct this enum with a -1. I kind of assume that would be thrown. So if next int, otherwise return static. There you go. Easy life, right? That should solve that. We've got an int, we're just dealing with ints. We're asking if it's equal to count, which we know is already a direction. And it should be an int. Return up, left, next int. Make sure program undefined so the optimizer is allowed to do whatever it wants, including delete code, reorder code, add code, wipe your hard drive, launch nukes. Yeah, it does launch a lot of nukes, right? That was why everyone was using Rust, I thought. Rust. Okay. Donut, by the way, is this correct? I just want to have a big list of every coordinate space it's visited. I don't mind if it's visited multiple times. In fact, we can be a little optimal. We could make it a set of some kind. Because if it is visited multiple times, I don't need to draw a tile there multiple times. That doesn't matter. It doesn't. The position in here doesn't matter. Standard unordered set. Yeah. I don't care about the order. These are just tiles that are going to be drawn on the screen. It really doesn't matter for now. What I mean is here, I want to create a copy of the Roomba. Is this correct? I just make a constructor. Right? Yeah. I'm not even going to do checks when I'm placing it. I'm just gonna place it in. Right? Surely unordered set. If you in place an object that's already there, it just ignores it, right? In place back Roomba. Oh wait, but when I hovered over this, it said passed by const reference. Or does it construct a new variable, which is a const somewhere, and then what's the const reference all about? I just, you know. With unordered set, it's insert. Is it? Oh, I guess it's not compiled yet. If I build then, you should notice. Yep. Yeah, the function takes a const reference and the function itself copies it when inserting. Brilliant. Thanks. That's good to know. Okay. So, we've already got it. There's the start of our level. We've got a bunch of floor tiles. That's it. Then what I'd do, somewhere, because we're going to try and pop this in our engine. It's not going to work because the game's not, it's not going to be bordered. We've not added anything to stop this going off screen yet, but just don't think about that. I'm going to say that the floor tile coordinates, get out of there. These, I'm going to put them in context. Okay? I'm going to put them in there. Can I put that in context? What's a better place to put this? I just want to draw it. I guess I was going to pop it in the draw system, but I guess the level generator doesn't need to do this. Also, does it need to be a system? It could just be a function that runs. I suspect it doesn't need to be a system for now, but I was thinking at some point I might want it to be doing stuff with the rest of the game. But now I just want to pass this floor tile coordinates somewhere. So I think you're just adding it to context. Because that's easy. Or maybe I could use my my console command thing. Wasn't that a pain in the ass to modify? I feel like that was a pain in the ass to modify. Send console message. What was the implementation for this? Registry context. Here we go. Oh, this is a good tune. This is not how I'll be doing it if I do use this system in the game. Gradually being generated as you play, yeah. But this is just, again, for the proof of concept, because I just want to see if this works. The only thing that would prevent a copy at the end of the chain would be if the set was a reference vector. Okay, fair. Yeah, it would just be a function, exactly. Well, when I did the procedural golf, this stuff was just a couple of functions in a file that get called on when I loaded the level in Unreal Engine. I'd spit out a bunch of coordinates or whatever, usually just a bunch of coordinates, and then I'd generate the level with those, so spawn Unreal actors and pawns and whatever. But for now, I'm keeping it as a system because I expect I will want to extend it with at least some smartness. Perhaps not, but it's also easier to fit in like this. I don't have to deal with registry. Where do I get that from? Okay, command. Console commands. I'm going to create a component. It's going to be a very powerful component. Struct level layout. Right? That's quite like a lot, right? And this thing is going to have a standard unordered set of floor coordinates. And I'm going to emplace in the registry, in the level layout. The registry would just be another function parameter. Yeah. Or I probably wouldn't even deal with the registry. I'd just pass the coordinates up. This thing doesn't need to know how they deal with the rest of the game. But for now, again, it's late. I just want to get something done before I go to sleep. I'm having fun. this is going to be a... I think I just do level layout, right? If I hit build, obviously it's not going to be command, it's going to be floor tile coordinates. Replace back... hang on, can I just do level layout and then pass in floor tile coordinates like that? Maybe not dot commands. Oh, hang on, I'm stupid. So we get the level layout in here. Dot floor tile. Oh, hang on, I'm stupid. I just want to in place. I don't want to do a get. I just want to do in place back. Is it something like this? I don't remember the exact syntax, but I thought the idea was just we in place at level layout, and then I guess we don't have to do this constructor in here. I thought it was just something like this. Oh, sorry. Floor tile coordinates. It's actually going to be called level layout. Level layout dot floor tile coordinates dot insert. Bam. There you go. So now, whenever this runs, when it runs, I don't know. Let's just run it in here. I'm going to do that. Now, I'm going to do something very expensive and stupid. Okay? Okay? Forgive me for this, for I have sinned. But, unironically though, this is going to be a little ugly, so just hold your breath for a moment. What's he doing? I'm just going to go to... is it animation repository? No. Where do I hold on to all of my... Man, I should organize this a little better. Yeah, like systems, maybe I should mix these up a little bit more. Game, asset manager. I'm gonna have a solo, doesn't even need to be an animation, but I think it's easier to draw animations, right? I don't think we're drawing direct sprites at this point. So this is going to be black 4x4, and this is going to be white 4x4. Textures, where have I popped you? Well, music's gone a bit quiet. Data, textures, player, enemies? I already put them in enemies, we can move them out there. Alright, yeah, just white, oh, 16 by 16, why did I call it 4 by 4? Stupid. Easy game, right? And the sprite width and height, you're never going to believe this. It's a 16 by 16, frame rate of 0, and frame count 1. Interesting, I've got the bullets with the frame rate, but they don't actually have frames. That's funny. Okay. I'm going to just call this wall tile, and white can be floor tile. Actually, let's flip them around. Just because it'll be easier to see. I see now what you're doing. I'm not sure a set of the tiles is a good idea. Do you think an array would be easier just to... maybe I construct it as a set in the algorithm, and then perhaps I shit that into a array. Nice and detailed. And then every step, run through the array and draw the tile. That's the idea. Nothing fancier than that. IVEC2. Yeah. I mean, well, they're going to be coordinate. Is it... Actually, tell me why. Because I do literally just want them to be positions on the screen directly as the coordinates. Is constantly casting back and forth from int easier than just storing the float? Or do you think I might get out of bounds if I use floats? I might get problems. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I would like them to be in a real place in the real world. I don't want a tile to be at 1.001, you know? Would you recommend that then? Let's say it's a standard array of... You say IVEC2? Too few arguments. It is standard array, right? What else do you need? Sorry, do you actually need me to give you a size here? Especially in a set, you might end up with 2 tiles at almost the same point due to rounding errors. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. I need to give it a size here. I don't want to give it a size. I guess I'll just make it a vector for now. That's fine, because I actually don't know the size at compile time. Okay. Standard vector tile, where tile is using tile equals ball starting out. Oh, for a 0 or a 1. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna do this for now. I'm just gonna do this for now. I appreciate the input though. Alright, level layout is going to be this. But I actually don't want that. I want standard unordered set of ivec2 floor tile coordinates. Roomba needs to be an ivec2. Whoops. Do you get cast automatically, or do I need to cast you myself? Do I need to do static cast int here, or can it understand that? Resize the vector to height multiplied by width, and add an accessor function get tile that converts it to the correct index. What? I'm just going to continue with this for now until I come to that, because I haven't reached that point in my thinking yet. I've got an unordered set of coordinates that's going to be using ints that roughly line up with the actual coordinates in the level, or maybe not. Maybe I do just use, because now I'm coming back to what I did in my my dissertation. Let's consider tiles as a 16 by 16 as like it's part of the drawing. The actual position on the screen is just going to be going up by 1 at a time. So if you were to zoom in, it would just be single dots, but I just happen to be drawing them every 16, I think. So let's have a look. Oh, I've got... Hang on. Bit of hair got on my my mouse somehow. Been scratching my beard too much. Okay, we're going to step forwards. Distance is going to be an int. That's okay. I'm going to take an integer vector. Okay. Okay. Looks fine to me. Alright, choose new direction. I don't think any of this has to change yet. So here we're going to create a big set of coordinates. Narrowing from int to float. I don't think so. Sorry, let me have a look at what you've written. The maths would be to... Oh, you're just writing it for me. I don't want this donut. I appreciate the input, but I'm enjoying puzzling it out myself. Level layout. Alright, so what I'm going to do... I've got here an unordered set. I'm going to create a vector from it. Standard. Can I just do vector based from the unordered set? Does that work? No, that doesn't work. Does the unordered set have a function to array? Like a flat map, maybe. merge? Donut. What if I want to turn this unordered set into a vector? I don't just want to do for auto in for tile. There must be shorthand for this, right? Not in, is it colon? Standard vector of I vec2 chords dot append in place back I, and then chords. What's wrong? Oh, okay. Is there a shortcut for that? Sure. I mean, this might also just be fine. This looks pretty legible to me. You can construct the set with the begin and end iterators of the vector. The other way around. Okay, so I can do standard vector like this. Floor tile coordinates dot begin, floor tile coordinates dot end. Something like that. Why is level layout not working? You're here, right? You have a standard vector of ivec2. You don't like standard vectors? ivec2? That shouldn't be necessary. Maybe if I hit build, it'll be happy. Oh, hang on. You're missing a colon or a bracket. Parentheses. First, last. That looks okay. What's wrong? You hate vectors, so you do small. Alright, Misaka. Missing thingy before constant. You might have to add level layout around it, but it's possible. Why do I have 78 written at the end? How did that get there? That's the one thing everyone knows about me. Exactly. It seems to not understand level layout. Oh wait, hang on. You need to be in here. God, the formatter sucks. I should adjust the rules a bit because this is illegible. Put everything on a new line. Why do you want to put everything on one line? What mismatching? Yeah, if only there was some kind of tool for that. Donut. What? Give me the one-on-one on what's it called? Clang format. I want things on different lines. Is it just allow all arguments on pulse? Like that? Do I just? That's not it. Ah. Brace wrapping. So I can just modify this, right? A line after open bracket. Fuck. This all looks like it should just be the opposite, doesn't it? Can't recite the entire docs to you. Don't worry, I think I've worked it out. Also, I thought you could. What am I paying you for? I think it's a line. Break before turning your operators. I want brackets. A line after open brackets. How about I just... Do I just save that and then save in... Oh, take me back. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Clang format. I guess it's not that. No, just... Let's see. Executive is assignments. Maybe it's not a line. Maybe it's break. Brace wrapping. Maybe it's this stuff. Let's just say all for now and see how that feels, because I'm just kind of curious to see what kind of destruction this will cause. It looks very C++-y. But it didn't fix this bastard here. Why do you not want to be fixed? Why is it doing this? It is very C++y to have all this stuff on separate lines, though. But it will fuck up my... Actually, I probably shouldn't change this stuff because it'll screw up my git commits. I can't be asked. Just put it back. Why are you angry? Floor tile coordinates is a standard vector of ivec2, and I'm passing in as a constructor the begin and end. What's wrong? Missing thingy before constant. So that's just not... It's not the correct error, is it? Let's take the vector out. That looks okay to me. And here's the vector here. It should be fine now. Oh, it's just complaining to be like stupid. It's like, oh fuck you, sort of thing. That's okay. We all go there. I hate this. It's stupid. Oh yeah, I don't want to start screwing stuff up because I'm gonna have a destructive git commit at some point. Try comma. That's a great idea. Just at the end here. Is that allowed? That's probably not the right place to put it. In here? That's a little better. That's a little better. Not perfect, but it's a little better. It'll do for now. It just means that when you have stuff like this, I want to go like half. Now I can't see half of it. Give me those thin column limits and like very aggressive braking. I can scroll forever, but I can't move left and right easily. We have mice that go up and down, not sideways ones. Disabling inlay hints help. Well, I had them disabled, but then I kept getting confused. So I re-enabled them. Something I do actually quite like in Swift that they enforce parameter names. I actually often in Kotlin still write them. It's nice to be explicit. You can always hover to see the type. Yeah, you can also just look. It's there. I can see it. There's many options. It's all about personal preference, right? Anyway, here we have a big list of numbers roughly based on the center of the screen. Kind of pointless to have it based on the center of the screen right now, but whatever. Roughly in the center. So what I'm going to do is when you run, you generate the level. I'm going to go to game.c++ systems. So, what do I want to do here? I think didn't I have like game start? I have this level state function, so I'm functionally reusing this. So instead of asset manager.load state data, I'm going to say level generator system equals level generator system, but you need a registry, if I think so. And then I need to import. What? No. Import, please. Sometimes it works. Oh, I'm in gaming mode, that's why I'm mistyping. Oh, do I need to use the this constructor? Yeah. The default system thing might have been required after all. Yeah? A lot of them do seem to keep it. But not all of them. This one's not using system. You're constructing a system in context, which isn't right. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I would put it in context. It doesn't need to be a system. That might trivialize things a little bit more. Like instead of having a system for it, we just have it, the level generator system in context. And then we just call it level generator or something. I don't know. Really, what we do here is we would we would refactor this to say generate level returns a level layout. It doesn't have a tick. It's not a system. It's just a level generator. You don't need a registry right now. Might bring this back. You get what I mean? Actually, this is the only public one. This stuff can be private. All of this shit can be private. Good music. It is looking a lot better. But this is how it goes, right, with an algorithm. You've got to go step by step by step by step by step. If I'd have tried to come to this step sooner, I wouldn't have had as much fun. I know it sucks. Do you like public top or private top? I don't remember. How about you remove all unused plus? There's no law against doing it right the first time. I think you'll find there's quite a lot of parts of programming that say Yagni. And Yagni don't know if Yagni don't know if you haven't done it yet. You know what I mean? Alright, clearly that's incorrect. Level layout is a component, so I should keep the components import. That's fine to me. So, pop this over here. Alright. How do I... No, it's not that. Control F. Here we go. Level generator. Bam. Okay. Yeah, I definitely ain't gonna need it if it's wrong. You gotta look at that last half of your sentence, don't it? If it's wrong. How do you know if it's wrong? Huh? How do you know if it's wrong? Experience. And what is this? You don't know, but you don't know. I don't know what's the best way to do something yet, so I'm learning. I think just blindly writing something down without thinking about it might work for some people, doesn't work for me. I gotta see it fail and rewrite it and then see it succeed. And then I get the fucking neurons. But I have to solve it myself. That's why I can't like follow guides in games. I gotta work it out. It's probably why I was better at games when I was a kid as well. So I just sat there, bashed my head against a wall because I could get game FAQs up, but I couldn't get like a video guide up or anything. So I like memorized the wrong way to do it, which helped me do the right way to do it. You gotta start somewhere. It's better than not starting at all and being like, oh, I'm frozen in fear. What if I'm doing it the wrong way? You just gotta go for it and then refine later. You can always refine. Oh, am I using the right paintbrush? I don't know. Use your hands. Get messy. That's what we're doing. It's a silly after work, it's after midnight personal project. It's okay. Anyway, you need to return a level layout. And ignoring this registry context thing, we're just going to return this vector. That's okay. I might need to wrap you in a level layout for now. Come on. Pop this in here. Be easy about it. So level generator does this. Regarding public and private, I don't need to touch any of that in the C++, right? That just matters in the header. As far as this C++ file is concerned, I guess I don't want to do this in the constructor. Hey, creative ducklings. It's C++. How are you? See what I did there? How are you doing, duckling? Okay. Let's go back to game. And on restart, we're going to construct a level generator system. Everything's good. That's good to hear. Const auto level generator. Doesn't even need to be const auto, but for now I'm going to construct it in here. Could make it more permanent. Probably should rename the file too. And I'm going to pop it in there. And I'm going to place the level generator. Sorry, level layout, level generator dot generate level. I'll work this out later. This function is not marked const. Okay, what's wrong? Oh, hang on. I also want generate level to be no discard. Oh, I think I pop it in here like this, right? Do I need to make generate level const? If I make the function constant, what does that do? Does that mean that the result of the function is constant, or what? I think you do want the assignment because in place is ignored if it's already there. Oh, like this. Well, maybe not with the semicolon in there. What did you say? You're right about learning that way, but surely the goal is to not have to do it every time. You gotta get there though. You gotta work through it. Something Java programmer, something glasses. I mean, dude, I'm don't call me a Java programmer. I haven't touched that stuff in years. I've been trying to move away from object orientation in my old age. I've been doing more functional programming as I get old and learn about better ways to do things. I particularly like this entity component system thing we're doing. It's a reference to the C#. I'll be honest, at work they don't make jokes about programming language. I mean, they make jokes about programming languages, but like it's like haha JavaScript, haha C++ is silly. I'm glad I don't have to touch that anymore. You would either make level generator non-const or do it level generator dot generate level. I'll make it non-const. I think it's fine. So here we go. I mean, ideally I would put this somewhere else, just above. But for now, this will do. It goes against my normal way of doing things, but this will be fine. So we have a level layout on game start. Nice and easy, huh? So let's go to the draw. Let's just pop it in. What is it? Background? Render gameplay background. Hey. So in Draw 2D World, we're doing all this drawing. We now want to get this out of context. So, let's think about that. I think it's just registry dot... We don't get a span, we get like a view, like registry dot view, right? Or maybe not even that, just dot get, actually. Yeah, let's just do it like this. So, render gameplay background. We're going to get the level layout. Here we go. We've got it here. Const auto layout equals level layout dot floor tile coordinates. Oh, let's do this in 2 assignments. Don't tell me. Const auto. Actually, let's just say for tile in auto. Const auto tile in layout. Got the syntax wrong? Layout dot floor coordinates. Unused variable. Here we go. I simply want to draw a sprite. I could also, I mean, here we could just chuck in the rectangle as well. It'll be the same, but I want to get the sprite working. Render actor system. Oh wait, unless draw sprite is in here. Draw sprite instance. How was I simply drawing sprites before? Like just like an animated sprite. Why was I doing this? I think we had draw 2D actors, registry.view sprites for each. Okay, so for every sprite, do we have to have an atlas? Oh, actually, I'm thinking of a different sort of atlas. I'm sorry, it's getting very late. I should stop soon. I just wanted to see this working. I wanted to see if I could bash it out in about 2 hours, and it seems like we're getting there. So, let's see. For every tile, we're going to draw a sprite instance. We're going to just use the sprite atlas. ID is going to be... Okay, we need to get the sprite first. Well, we can do that in a second. Oh, actually, you can just do once auto sprite equals... Oh, what did we call it? Asset manager dot floor tile? How was I doing this? Sprite.sequence, solo animation. How was I using these solo animations before? I've completely forgotten. Let's see, entity factory. You have add animation, which assigns a solo animation, and solo animation gets used in where? Animation system. Okay, that's easy enough, I suppose. I don't really want to be animated, but I guess it's nice to have as an option to have animated floor tiles. Sprite.sequence. Put the hierarchy system on the stream or in this. It is difficult to remember sometimes. You can probably use floor.idle. Let's see, sprite.floor tile. What are you? Idle is a sequence. And a sequence has animation info. So this is the sequence. Okay, so 0.f. Oh, sorry. So the position we'll work out in a second. Scale, let's just say 1.f. I don't really remember. Origin. What's origin? Are you a vec? Let's just say 0, 0 for now. It might be a default constructor. I kind of expect it to be. Tint color is... Ah, fuck. Tint... Ah. This is optional. Did you have optionals in this draw function? Render... Oh, dot tint color. Oh. You can omit it. Oh, it's optional. Okay. Great. Position is going to be... I'm using a library. We're using many libraries. Donut in chat has written libdonut, of which I'm sure he can post a link, which is a nice wrapper set of libraries and some of his own code around some handy tools like Entity, which is the entity component system library I'm using, and some others. I think SDL2 for graphics. It's been kind of fun. Have a look. So, position is just going to be the tile. No, we need to transform that. Equals position. I'm going to pass it in here. Can I just do tile multiply by 16? Maybe not. This is default. This is default. Try vec2 tile multiplied by 16. Okay. So we're turning the tile, which is a vector of integers. It's always a vector in the maths term. It's a pair of integers, x and y. So we have the tile going around like this, one at a time, moving. And we're going to multiply it by 16 to jump around. And from the origin of that jump, we're going to draw the tiles, right? That makes sense? Initialize the list cannot be the right side of a star. That can't be right. Vec2 tile multiplied by 16. Oh, I'm multiplying it by this. So, I don't know what this is going to do. Do you want to just hit... I don't know if it will build yet. Do you want to just hit play and see what happens? I'm kind of expecting it not to work. Tick is not a member. Yeah, okay, right. Sure, yeah, that's fair. Try again. What's wrong? It's an unordered system of IVEC2. Do I need to construct here? That feels unnecessary. Let's have a look. Attempting to use a deleted function. Might not have a hash function. Okay. Standard pair in. Whoops. How about that? Pair doesn't either. I really wanted to use a set. I guess I could just use a regular. You can use this though. Okay, I will. I'm paying attention with bated breath. What's your suggestion? Could I write my own hash function? Can you write extensions? That's sort of what templates are in C++, right? Sort of. Not extensions in the way that I understand them, but maybe not. IVEC2 is a type def of a vec of integers. And a vec being... Is this your stuff? No. Is it? GLM? For donut? This doesn't seem like something you'd write. Oh. Oh, so I can just write a hash function. That's really good advice. Okay, let's have a look. You forgot const. Okay, let's have a look. So you're saying create an unordered set of IVEC, and then you can pass in your own custom hash? I've never done that. And then right bit, we create a little struct called IVEC2 hash. Operator size t. I'm just hoping that it would have one of these as a built-in. Which is the hash function? Is it just size t? I don't have to tap individually. At work, my MacBook, I have to individually tap. Because if you turn on, like, holding down a key to type loads, the caps lock stops working. Whatever. Size t operator. Oh, what is this? Syntax. Const. Alright, how does this work? And you missed what? You've missed a const after ivec2v. Like that? Or like this? Oh, you added a second message. So this doesn't need to be const. So how does this work? We're creating a hash, but we don't need to extend a protocol or an interface. It's just any struct. As long as it has a operator. Okay, so I'll read your message. The hasher overloads the call operator, i.e. operator, in order to act like a function object that you can call with the values as an argument. Why does it have two sets of parentheses? I've never seen this. Instance method operator. Params. The name of the call operator. Oh, it's called operator with a parentheses. Is that to stop people from being unable to call their thing operator? To stop polluting the namespace, I guess. So you can still have a function called operator. The call operator as in function call. Oh. Okay. So, unordered, you want a hash? Okay, I don't know if I'll actually be able to read where this happens. It overlays what happens when you call my object args. Oh, that's awesome. So when they call ivec2 hash with an ivec2, you return standard hash int, and then what does this syntax here mean? Key value thingy.x thingy.y. What does the caret operator mean in this statement? It's just a bitwise XOR to get a really hacky hash combine. Okay. So we're creating a unique hash from exclusive OR based on X and Y. So that's where it will go in the set. Easy. That's nice. This is going to be difficult to remember, but I'll come back to this because I imagine being able to write your own hash functions is really quite handy. This is essentially what I was meant earlier when I was saying an extension. I was thinking to extend on ivec2, but I guess the function unordered set, the declaration of an unordered set allows you to pass in a custom hasher. So that's fine. That's nice. F7. Might be better to do standard hash this, standard hash that, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna hit build. You ready to see it explode? There's nothing. So, let's see what it's printing out. What's wrong? Is there like a string? Like a 2-string? Is there a way to print this out? So I just shove it in here. The void is staring back. What's wrong? Maybe it's not a real complaint. Maybe it's not sure what it's doing. No, it is a real complaint. I love a language that makes me question everything. But here I'm just trying to do a... Fine. Okay, this is not doing what I wanted it to. What the fuck? It's going crazy. Hang on, you can't see this. Look at the coordinates it's generated. So it's the center of the screen. Just step forwards. Moves you the distance. And the distance is 1. What? Sorry. Can you explain that to me, Donut? It looks like it's exponential, like it's doubling. Is that what this does? Wait, hang on. Oh, that is what this is doing. Wait, hang on. This is stupid. That. Okay, hang on. That was a little silly. We were just doing a little silly. This is why you have tests. Okay, that looks like a more reasonable coordinate system. Okay. That looks normal. Now, why are they not drawing anything? Let's find out. Because these are some coordinates. Although we're multiplying them by 16. So... that's probably not good. Because those are actual positions on the screen, right? We're multiplying them by 16. That shit's not going to work. Fine. Let's just do 0 and 0 for now. Static cast 0 to an int. You know what? Let's be spicy. Let's do 0.f. Don't tell anyone. This is what happens when you refactor and forget. Hey, look! There's a bongus. Look, there's a thing on the screen. And now, if we start messing around with it, we can make the max distance definitely a piece of code. Don't look at it. I'm going to make the chance to turn more likely. So if I make the breakpoint to move, if I make this an 80, it's very likely to turn. We should see more of a blob in the center of the screen. Okay, it's starting in the bottom left. Let's think... Oh, I'm smart. Hang on, I'm a smart man. Check this out. Hey. By dividing these by 16, I should get the center of the screen, but in our actual coordinate system. Unless this is about to complain that I'm dividing a float by an int. No, it's fine. Hey, look! A little mark in the center of the screen. There you go. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, the resolution's not big enough for this, huh? Very cool. I don't know if I can do this, but if I make it 8 by 8, not that any of this matters. That's just to get the center of the screen. But if I go to the draw part, render gameplay background, position, if I multiply it by 8 and draw scale equals 0.5 and 0.5. Don't know if this will just work directly. Yeah, tile size would be nice. 20-hour looping WoHo background forever. Dude, you're onto something. I don't know if this will work. Hey, look! Every time we restart, we get something new. Procedural generation. It's beautiful. It's been years since I've written a procedural generator. 2 hours isn't too bad, considering. Alright, let's make it like guaranteed to try and move, alright? This thing's gonna be so confused. It should stick around the center of the screen. We could even add an option for it to turn around completely. You know what? We should also maybe make the start... It's not turning quite as much as I want. I guess it's because it's, 0 is, like, moving forward is still considered an option. I mean, this is roughly what you'd expect from such an algorithm. Probably should have a button to restart and something to do this. They almost look like levels. Yeah. Well, the idea is, you take this blob. Oh, I just made my chair move down. And as I was mentioning in the MS Paint, which I can do now actually, if I kill Woho. Sorry, Woho. If I go back to Paint, oh, it's down here. Here's Paint. Here's Woho, right? The idea is you see this like squiggly blob, and on occasions you spawn like, you like blow out a big chunk of the level, like this, of varying sizes. It doesn't have to be that shape. It can be, you know, you can define some shapes. You have a little something, and then you can pop some stuff in it to fight. I don't know. It's just something fun. I kind of want like a nice little goal to work on as a side project. Rat burrow house layout. But yeah, the idea is that if we refine this further and mess around with it a bit, I mean, 2 hours isn't long to spend on a little side project, I think. You know, you'll have like a little maze built, and then you can start doing stuff. You have your character always spawn in the middle. What I would need to do is work out how to have a camera system in Donut's engine. Donut? Because technically these coordinates are going off screen, right? But they are real. But I'd need to remove... There already is a camera. I think you're right. But I'm dealing with a fixed camera. What I mean is how to implement that. Because I currently have a fixed camera level where everything's in the center, and the character can't go outside certain bounds. But I guess I could change the level size based on the minimum and maximum values of the level layout. That's an interesting thought. It's in main subs. Yeah, I haven't looked at main in a while. Is it? It's not called camera. Application? I think it's game.c++. Plush. Yeah, it's this. Create orthographic render resolution. So, I guess I could do an illegal move, and just as a temporary measure, I could make it so the camera, is it the offset? I could tie the offset directly to the character's X and Y. Can I do that easily? Like, could I do that now in like a second? Is it just the camera offset? Can I just say like camera 2D dot position offset equals, well, maybe not the player's position, but the player's position minus the center of the screen or whatever in step. You know what I mean? Just the briefest of questions. Yeah, instead of creating the camera in resize, you could do it every frame with the appropriate offset. Hang on a moment. Frame? Is it in update? I guess we'd put it in update and not display, right? Because otherwise it might be chunky. Or in display because it's a camera and it's a thing you draw. I guess I could put it in here for now. We can always move it. So camera 2D. Okay, I'm not going to do this right now. I'm going to go to bed. It's really late and I've got work tomorrow. And with Donut 3 it won't be remade every frame because it has some more stuff, but for now you can just do it in display. Okay, I'm going to stop for now. It's nearly 1 AM and I have to wake up tomorrow for work, so I'm going to stop here. But that's a good mark for next time. To do, consider redrawing the camera here and tie it to the player's position offset by screen center. Okay. And see if we can walk around the generated level. Recreate, not redraw. Recreating. Okay, sure. We're going to stop there for today. For now, did I just delete the camera? No, it's still there. For now, I'm happy with that progress. It's strange it's not in system managers.display. We can probably move it. Look at that. For a fun little mess around, proof of concept, you can see the sort of the Roomba going off. Look at it go. And it's adjustable and all that, so it's nice. Yeah, it needs to be more likely to turn around, so I think we'd adjust those as well, but whatever. Probably should add that to the comment, yeah. Or is that not what you mean? Yeah, I guess game probably shouldn't have this sort of thing. But yeah, let's stop here. I'm happy with my progress. I'm happy that I was able to just bash this out in a couple of hours. But I'm not happy that I'm gonna get like 6 hours of sleep, so I'm gonna go. I will see you all soon. I don't know if I'll be doing this tomorrow or something else, but keep an eye out on notifications. You'll know. I meant that editing the camera might have been wrong, and it might have had its own one all along. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like Systems Manager has its own camera anyway. Lol. Perhaps the in here is unnecessary. Alright. I'm off, okay? I'm going. You will see me again, but not today. Bye-bye. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye. Good night. Thanks for the help. Thanks for chatting. Nice to see you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Night, 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 night. Good night.